tonight, the first game of 6 between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the San Antonio Missions. Live baseball coming up next, right after these commercial messages. Aaron Leisure, a Michigan left-hander, gets the call here. 6'3", 208 pounds, age 23. Getting the call for the San Antonio Missions. Top half of the first inning, about ready to go. And here is Brian De La Cruz, the right fielder, striding into the box. We are ready for Wednesday night baseball. First pitch by Aaron Leisure. And here it is. That's going to be lifted high in the air. And we are underway, as that will be a high fly ball, 1 pitch, 1 high ball, and 1 away to start this ball game. Well, the chance now to give you your Double-A affiliate of the Corpus Christi Hooks, the Houston Astros. So far, the Hooks are in a 2-game winning streak. They beat Amarillo on Sunday. And so far, they are going to try to beat San Antonio here tonight. The pitch here is Greg Kessinger on the 4-seam fastball, and the count now is 0-1. Leisure is from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. He was the 6th draft pick of 2017 by the San Diego Padres. Moorhead State College is where he went. Now here is the 0-1. Right there, lifted high, but that will go foul. Out there in the left, and that ball will bounce off the bleachers. And the count now is 0-2. Well, let's go ahead and tell you what happened while the Missions were out of town in the Frisco Metroplex. Lars Nootbaar from the Springfield Cardinals was called up to St. Louis. And so far, that was pretty good. Right there, lifted high, but that'll go right to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. Now here is the catcher, Corey Lee. He strides to the plate with 2 away and nobody on bases. Top of the first inning. Ready to go. Here's the pitch by Leisure. And that is outside. And the count now is 1-0. Well, I will say we got some pretty strict rules, and this came from Major League Baseball. This goes to all of the ball clubs. Major League Baseball has announced that any prospect that uses a sticky substance is subject to 10-day suspension and an automatic fine. And pretty much I am saying this to everybody. You have been warned by Major League Baseball. Just saying. 2-0. And that's going to be right there. That's going to be a base hit right back up the middle. And that's going to be a 2-out single as we go back to the top of the order now. Well, 10 games, that means if you are caught, you are going to get a 10-game suspension and a fine for that sticky substance, I will say it. So make sure you keep that sticky substance off your arms or off your equipment. I will say it. You don't need a ejection and a fine, because when you play baseball, nobody likes a big fat cheater on the field. I mean, I'm just saying. Here is J.J. Matajevic. And that's a 4-seam fastball, knee-high, out of the zone. Called for the ball. The count now is 2-0. 2 outs and a runner at first. No score through this top half. Leisure, 2-0, sets his sights. That's going to be fouled off, the 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 2-1. Well, I will say that tomorrow we will doubleheader our game. We will start at 4 o'clock. Both games will be 7 innings apiece, 30 minutes in between. High in the air right there. And lifted high. And the right fielder will get that one for the final out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Chad Donato, a Texas right-hander, gets the call here. As you can see his stats, he is 6'0", 210 pounds, and age 24. As he gets the call for Corpus Christi to start the bottom half of the first on the mound.
Leading off for the mission.
Let's go with CJ Abrams as he strides to the plate for this home half of the first inning. For the San Antonio Missions, the first pitch by Donato, and that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 1-0. So yes, I do got to say that if you are caught with the sticky substance, you will get a 10-game suspension. And home plate umpire, the umpires could check any prospect. Whether it's the opposing side or the home side, it really doesn't matter. If you are caught, it is a 10-game suspension and you will be fined for those 10 days. There ain't no doubt about it, but Major League Baseball has came up with that rule. So pretty much you've been warned if you have pretty much heard what Major League Baseball had to say during the time the Missions were out at Frisco. 2-2. And that's going to be right there. That'll go foul out in right field. Still hanging on. That account now is 2-2. 2-2. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to be a base hit. And he's going to stretch it right into a double. And now Corpus Christi and San Antonio have 1 hit apiece.
The left fielder.
And so far, that's getting pretty good as we start this 6-game set against the Houston Astros affiliate, the Corpus Christi Hooks. Don't forget, on Tuesday, we're going to start up our 6 games against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. It's going to be pretty good to finally meet those guys after a long time. Ben Ruda, the left fielder, coming in right there, lifted high in the air, and that's got enough room to get out of here, and it will. That is gone. A home run. It is out of here, and that ball is gone. And the Missions will strike in this first game. This homestand starting to turn out really good. And all I can say is, hello, how are you? Boy, howdy, that looked really good. Ruda got that one, and he got that all the way out of the yard, and now the Missions will lead a 2-0 game against Corpus Christi. And now here is Winston Sawyer, catcher here tonight for San Antonio, and that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-1. Sawyer at an average 219 over 232 average, and the pretty good as it is 4-seam fastball. The count now is 0-2. Well, 6 games against the Hooks, and Tuesday we begin another 6 games as we take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. It's going to be a good week so far as 12-game homestand. The Missions are home. So far, everybody is happy. And, you know, they should be happy. I mean, this is baseball. And so far, that would be the first out of the inning. And Chad Donato get his first strikeout.
The right fielder, Tirso.
Well, the right fielder, Tirsho Ornalis, is coming in. One away, nobody on. A home run by Ben Ruda. Delivers that 2-run shot out there and right. We'll go ahead and give you your teams, and let's go ahead and get started with that. Wichita at Amarillo. Corpus Christi at San Antonio. Midland at Frisco. Northwest Arkansas at Springfield. Arkansas at Tulsa. So pretty much, you know where everybody is playing tonight. You may be at the ball game enjoying some baseball. And gotta say, just love baseball. I love how the atmosphere is. You know, you're sitting in your seat. You get a pretty good view right there. And that's going to be caught by the left fielder for out number 2. And 2 up, 2 down. And now the chance now to give you the starting lineups of the AA Central and the affiliate of the San Diego Padres, your San Antonio Missions. Well, gotta say, it is good to be home, and gotta say, just love how it is. Jason Vila, the hot corner third baseman, is here. Takes a ball, and the count now is 1-0. We'll go ahead and see what is going on. Go ahead and give you some scores as we go through this bottom half of the first inning. First, let's go ahead and give some shout outs. Got fans watching from Corpus Christi. So far, the Hooks will be home. And yeah, I gotta say, it is pretty good as we are back home, and I'm going to play the Hooks and the Sod Poodles together. Now the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. So far, let's give you scores here tonight. So far, the Rockhounds, the top half of the 4th inning. So far, the Frisco Rough Riders scored 1, but Midland comes back and puts a triple on their scoreboard, 3-1. Rockhounds at Rough Riders tonight. 3-2, the pitch right there. That's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is still holding at 3-2. 9 balls, 14 strikes, 23 so far. 12-inch curve. And still hanging on. Well, the Wichita Wind Surge, they are just pounding the Sod Poodles by the score of 2-0. Well, that's going to be a left field base hit. And that's going to be another one here.
Number 58.
So far, the Missions now out-hit the Hooks. They are now 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And Corpus Christi just 1 hit right there. And that's going to be enough right there. That's going to bounce the wall. And that's going to put runners at 2nd and 3rd. And boy, howdy, the Hooks are in danger now.
The second baseman, number 25.
And that's going to bring up Manolo Kupua. Kupua coming in, striding to the plate. Here is the pitch right there. That's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and the count now is 0-1. So far, Chad Donato from Texas, a right-hander from Cyprus. He was the 11th draft pick of 2016. So far, he went to West Virginia College. Pretty good for the Hooks, and so far, pretty soon, he's going to get called up to AAA Sugarland. The 0-2. Right there, 4-seam fastball. The count now is 0-2. The pitch down low at the dirt. That won't get far enough for the runners to advance. And that's going to be a ball and 2 strikes right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, down low again. And they're trying to fool him with trying to swing and a miss. So far, Kapua might be smarter than he looks, but hey, I say that's a good thing. He is smarter than he looks. Right there, lifted high, and that is going to have enough room. Center field, going to run out of room, but evidently he gets that out there in the alleyway for the out. Well, Ben Arruda, you look at him as he scores a double, and we end this half inning. San Antonio 2, Corpus Christi nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's a 2-0 ball game. Leading off for Corpus Christi, Corey Julks.
The left fielder, number 9.
Left fielder tonight,
Corey.
as he will start the top half of the second. Second inning here and ready to go. Here's the pitch by Aaron Leisure as he gets a slider, and the count now 0-1. So far, everybody doing pretty good, and also did forget about if the Missions turn a double play, they get 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Bell. Right there, lifted high in the air, center field, and he can't get there. And that's going to put a run in scoring position. So that'll be a no-out double.
The center fielder, number 4, Alex.
And that's going to bring in the tying run, Alex McKenna. McKenna coming in. Set his sights, Aaron Leisure right there, 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-1. So far, McKenna, his average is 163, and a pretty good on his overall is about 233 averaged. Opposition is the averaged. And the count now 0-2. And that's going to be line drive. That's going to be some trouble right there. And that's going to be a run in. And that's going to be a double, a triple in there. And yes, it will. And the tying run is now at third base.
The designated hitter, Carmen.
Here's the designated hitter, Carmen Benedetti. Strides to the plate now. Here is the pitch right there. That's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-1. Well, our doubleheader game against Corpus Christi tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. We will have 2 7-inning games in the contest. 30 minutes in between. And yes, we do apologize as of yesterday. You know, with all the rain we've been getting, there's a lot of fans that might be saying, yeah, we understand that the field was wet. But, you know, the grounds crew came out and said, no way. This team ain't playing here tonight. So they canceled the game. But that means there will be at least 14 innings of play beginning tomorrow night, and that will get the second and third games out of the way for the first day of July. Here's the pitch 0-2 right there, and that's going to be a strikeout looking. And boy howdy, the first one of the night for Aaron Leisure. And he got lucky on that one. He got Benedetti looking. And I will say, ha, you got fooled right there, buddy. You get him right there. Now here's the 8-hole cleanup batter, and that is Jeremy Pena. Pena coming in. high in the air. And that may look good for an RBI. And here comes the runner. And the run is in to score the tying run. And now Corpus Christi and San Antonio are tied at 2-2. And now here is now the last of the order for Corpus Christi, CJ Hinojosa. Hinojosa is coming in. 2 away, nobody on top of the second. 2-2 our score.
0-1's the count.
The four-seam fastball, and the count now 0-1. Here is the pitch right there, knee high, right to the corner, called strike 2. The count now is 0-2. Partly cloudy skies, about 73 degrees. And you just gotta love this atmosphere. It is just beautiful. You know, with all the fans coming to the ball game and watching here on YouTube Live, it is really good to finally be home. You know, we had 6 games at Frisco, and so far the Missions did really well. They win a few in the Texas Rangers Metroplex. And the Frisco Rough Riders just owns Dallas, Texas. I mean, Texas Rangers territory, I will say it. Right there, right to second, right to first for the out, and that will do for this half inning. 2 runs on a couple base hits and no errors. And 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second, and we are deadlocked at 2. Jackson Whitaker, the first baseman, coming in. Strides to the plate for this half inning. So far, it is a 2-2 foot race right there. High in the air, center field, and under it is the center fielder for the out. And that will do, 1 away. Chance now to give you Corpus Christi defensive alignment. And out there in right field, Brian De La Cruz and Alex McKenna and Corey Julks out there in left. So far, these guys out there in the right outfield doing pretty good. The outfielders are the ones that get the most prized targets, and that is to chase down the baseball with any might that they have of catching it and getting it into their glove for the out. You know, they will get it, and they will shut down the home side as well. Dre Overstreet coming in. 4-seam fastball, even things up at 1-1. Well, the wind is pretty much the factor of why the baseball jumps out of the yard. You know, you see it. I mean, the flag is waving and there is a breeze. The wind is blowing just a little bit. You know, the wind carries the baseball. And that's a good sign that one team or another is going to win this one here tonight. 2-1. And 4-seam fastball, and the count now is 2-2. We're at the bottom half of the second. We're tied at 2. As you can see, a lot of 2s on the scoreboard, and now the count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and on deck is C.J. Abrams. Abrams is coming in. 3-2 full count right there. Swing and a miss. The changeup gets Overstreet chasing. And Donato goes down on another strikeout. And he's like, you know what? That one is mine. I'm going to take it. I'm happy. See you later. Go back to the bullpen. Better luck next time. Now you see C.J. Abrams coming in. High in the air. Center field. Running it down. Left field tries to get in and intervene in this one, but he calls off the left fielder for the out. And that will do. We go to the top of the third. We are still tied at 2-2. Corpus Christi coming up to bat.
Leading off for Corpus Christi.
Top half of the third, here is Brian De La Cruz. Right fielder for the Hooks here this evening. 0 for 1 by Brian here. Right there, lifted high. That would go into the right fielder position for the out.
Now batting, shortstop.
And now here is the shortstop for the Hooks, Gray Kessinger. Kessinger coming in, ready to go. Here is the pitch by Aaron. And that's, oh man, that's going to be a two-seam fastball. And whoa, swing and a miss right there. And he's going to jump out of his shoes just trying to catch that baseball. Well, I got to say, that was pretty funny. Just swing out of his shoes. My goodness. 0-2 the count to Gray Kessinger. He is 0 for 1. It's a shortstop here tonight. 0-2. Leisure sets his sights, lifted high in the air. That's going to go left field. And the left fielder makes the catch. And there is 2 away.
The batter, the catcher.
The catcher, Corey Lee, coming out now. Second time up, he is 1 for 1 with a single. Here is the pitch. And that is right in the middle, called strike. And the count now, 0-1. Oh and 1. And four-seam fastball. The count now 0-2. We are tied at 2. 2 away and nobody on bases. 0-2. High in the air, near third. Third baseman gets his eyes on it, makes the catch, and there goes a 1-2-3 inning. As that will be the side retired as we go to the bottom of the third. The Hooks and the Missions are tied at 2. Ben Ruda, 1 for 1, 2-run shot out in the first inning. And so far, so good. Getting that 2-run home run as he did back in the first inning. And I got to say, he could get plenty more right here. Four-seam fastball, and the count now is 0-1. Oh, and 1 right there, and that's going to be a two-seam fastball. That's going to get fouled off, and the count now 0-2. 0-2 right there, right to second. He's going to rush it through to the first baseman, and that is going to be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, catcher, Winston.
Now they'll bring in Winston Sawyer, 0 for 1, a strikeout in the first inning. And he struck out looking. Donato got him fooled right there. Swing and a miss by that changeup right there. And the count now 0-1. Boy, I gotta say, this Donato guy, he is from our great state of Texas. And so far, he's from Cypress, Texas. Pretty good, and gotta say, his ERA is 3.57. And his whole ERA is 4.15. So far, he is pretty good for Corpus Christi. So far, pretty soon, he's going to get called up to AAA Sugarland. Sugarland is outside of the Houston Metroplex and the Pacific Coast League. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. That's going to fall for the base hit right there in center. And the go-ahead run coming.
Right fielder,
now looking 20. For another 2-run home run. And here's the right fielder, Tirso Ornelas. Ornelas coming in, and that's going to be a four-seam fastball, and the count now is 1-0. Fly out in the first, 0 for 1 by Ornelas here this evening. Gotta say, love the partly cloudy skies, blue sky in the background. So far as you can look at, the sun is going down. And that's going to be right there, and that's going to be under the first baseman's glove. That's going to be a base hit. Boy, howdy. And that's going to be a E3 on that first baseman, as that was well under his glove. You look at the instant replay, he should have had that one, and that one just escaped him. And I got to say, whoa, boy, howdy, he let that one go. Jason Vila, the hot corner third baseman, coming in as he takes a ball. The count now 1-0. Single in the first, 1 for 1. First and second, and bottom of the third. And now here is the 1-0. Right there, lifted high. That's going to load up some bases. That will fall for the base hit. And now San Antonio needs a grand slam. Let's hope they could get a grand slam for a 12-pack crispy tacos. Hell, that's going to be pretty good. First grand slam of 2021. And now here is Fisher Asuncion, the designated hitter. 1 for 1, a double in the first. So far, if the Missions could get this grand slam, let's hope and see if they could get it. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be a four-seam fastball, and the count now 1-1. Bags are juiced up, nowhere to put anybody. And that's going to be outside. The count now 2 balls and a strike. Well, Donato talking to the home plate umpire, and gotta say, he's like, hey, where was that one at? Well, that was middle. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball. Knee high, little bit in the corner. The count now 2-2. And that's going to be well hit. And they will not tag him up. And they are going to get a double play as he gets out of line. Big mistake right there. A double play. And he couldn't get back to third in time. And that's what's going to drive a manager nuts. I don't blame him. We go to the top half of the fourth. It is a 2-2 ball game. Now leading off is JBakerVlogs as he leads this one off. And four-seam fastball as he swings and a miss. And the count now 0-1. Don't forget, we have a doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch at 4 o'clock. Gates open at 3. So far for the tickets that you purchased during the postponed game, well, you're in luck. You can get a game or two tomorrow, which that's going to be pretty good. I mean, so far we are going to make the game up against the Hooks beginning tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And then game 2 at 7:05. Both games will be 7 innings apiece, 30 minutes in between. 0-2 to JBakerVlogs, and that's going to be lifted high in the air. Left field is in pursuit, and he's going to be under it to make the play, and that will be the first out here in this half inning.
The
left fielder is Corey Julks. 1 for 1, a double and a run. Here's the pitch by Aaron Leisure. He sets his sights, delivers, and that's a slider inside the zone, and the count now 0-1. So far, this homestand, first half of it will go till Sunday against Corpus Christi. Missions off on Monday, as Monday's a travel day. Lifted right there. It's going to fall for the base hit, right up and right. So the missions are off on Monday, and they will play again on Tuesday, as they will start up a 6-game set against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and the count now is 0-1. McKenna was 1 for 1 by a triple, an RBI, and a run. Gotta say, for him, he is pretty good. Here's the 0-1 right there in the slider, and the count now 0-2. Top half of the 4th inning. 1 run at first and an out. Leisure is at 41 pitches so far for his time on the mound for San Antonio. And now here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Get him full right there. And there is the second strikeout by Aaron Leisure. And now here is Carmen Benedetti. Benedetti coming in. Sets his sights. Aaron Leisure. He throws, fires, delivers in a strike 0-1. Strikeout in the second, 0 for 1. Oh and 1, the pitch by Leisure. That's in there. Called strike as he fires that one in. And the count now is 0-2. Sun beginning to set on this Wednesday evening, and I want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying this ball game. Now also, don't forget, we do have fireworks for the next 3 nights as we celebrate the 4th of July weekend. So far, there has been switches to the schedule. And don't forget that every Sunday night we will have our game starting up at 7:05. There will no longer be a day game. Well, we go to the bottom of the 4th as Aaron Leisure will strike out another, and that will send us directly to the home half of the 4th inning. Manolo Capua coming in. Second baseman here tonight for San Antonio. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and the count now 0-1. Hooks have activity in the bullpen, and Ronel Blanco, a right-hander, getting the call to warm up in the bullpen. The 0-1 right there, lifted high, and left field's going to give a chase. And is he going to get that one? Yes, he will. He's got it right in the foul territory. And he did not let that one go. He chased after it for the out. And now here is Jackson Whitaker. He is coming in. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and the count now is 1-0. So far, the hooks and the missions are tied at 2. So far, Corpus Christi struck in the top half of the second, missions the bottom of the first. And pretty much tonight, this could be anybody's ball game. I'm just saying. Right there, right to center. And McKenna has this one for the out. And there is 2 away. Out in this one. Dre Overstreet, the number 9 hitter, and the bottom half of the order is coming in. Here's the pitch. Outside, a 12-inch curve. And the count now is 1-0. So far, don't forget our first pitch of tomorrow's game is at 4:05. Gates open at 3. Here's the pitch right there. Swing and a miss. That 12-inch curve gets him out full. A ball and 2 strikes. And a changeup. And the count now is a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. High in the air. Center field chasing after it. And he's under it. And that will end this half inning. So 3 outs come in. And that will end the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. And we are deadlocked at 2.
Leading off for
Jeremy Pena coming up to start the top half of the 5th. He was a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning. Here is the pitch by Leisure, and that's going to be knee high in the corner. Called strike, 0-1. Here is the 0-1. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-2. Well, Donato, born on June 3rd, 1995. He is aged 26. So far, he had his birthday last month. And gotta say, that was pretty good. Right there, that's going to fall, but it won't even get to the ground. And Pena will go down on the first out of the inning. And now here is the number 9 hitter, C.J. Hinojosa. Hinojosa coming in. He is 0 for 1. Kicks and deals. Here is the pitch to Hinojosa. Right there. And that's going to be a changeup. And the count now, 0-1. 2-2 this tied ball game, top of the 5th inning. So far, anybody's ball game, somebody could take it, snag it, you do whatever you want to it. But if it's San Antonio or Corpus Christi, well, let's just say a win here tonight will reduce the deficit to 3 games, trailing the Frisco Rough Riders. Now here's the right fielder, Brian De La Cruz. Here is the pitch. Right there, that is knee high, right to the corner, but that's called a ball. And the count now is 1-0. 1-0, the pitch, right there, called strike, a changeup, and the count now 1-1. So far, partly cloudy skies. The rain came down earlier this afternoon, but evidently the sun came out and it dried everything. Right there, left field, and the left fielder, Ruda, under this one, makes the catch, and that will do for this half inning. 1-2-3 inning goes into the books, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. We are still deadlocked at 2.
Leading off for the mission.
Home half of the 5th. Here is the shortstop, C.J. Abrams, as he was a 1 for 2. A single and an RBI. So far, so good. And whoever wins this ball game tonight, it will be good. 1 ball, no strikes. Here it is. That's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and the count evens up at 1-1. And that's going to be right there. Right to second. Right to first for the out. 1 away. So I will say, tonight, if Corpus Christi wins this one, they will be at least a couple of games. Say, for example, 3 games behind San Antonio. And now here is Ben Ruda. Ruda was that 2-run home run back in the first inning and 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, the changeup, and the count now 1-1. Well, I gotta say, Frisco is up by 4 wins, and so far they've been winning a dozen wins. So far tonight, the Rockhounds are going to try to beat that record and try to stop a winning streak from forming up. Well, left field, and make that the second out of the inning, as the left fielder will take that for the out. And now here is Winston Sawyer, 1 for 2. Here is the pitch right there, lifted high, left field, running after it. And that's going to be another 1, 2, 3 inning, as that will be the side retired. We go to the top half of the 6th. We are still deadlocked at 2 apiece.
Leading off for Corpus Christi, the shortstop.
Corpus Christi shortstop Greg Kessinger will start the top half of the 6th inning. So far this game is going, and so far we've been seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings. And the Hooks and the Missions are tied at 2 apiece. And anybody's ball game could be anybody. I mean, I don't know. I mean, going to have to wait and find that out for yourself. The count now is 0-2. Aaron Leisure now at 56 as he faces Greg Kessinger. So far looking for another strikeout. Here is the 0-2. Here's the pitch to Deals. Swing and a miss, and he's going to get him down on strikes. And 4th one tonight for Leisure. And so far he's going to pull that thing out of his pocket and say, I'm going to take you down. And bing a bang a boom, he does that just exactly. My goodness. Now here is Corey Lee. As he comes in. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-1. Single in the first by 1 for 2. Corey Lee, Corpus Christi catcher, here this evening. Here is the 0-1. Right there, that's going to get fouled. And the count now is 0-2. Swing and a miss, and there's another one. He gets back-to-back strikeouts. And the 5th one so far by Leisure. And that'll bring in J.J. Matajevic as he's 0 for 2. And so far, if Leisure can get a 3rd of this game, so far it only takes 9 strikes for 3 outs, and you strike out the side, so that's pretty good. Strike out the side in a orderly fashioned type way, and you will do that. Slider, and the count now is 0-2. So one more as he gets, hopefully this one, and he will strike out the side. And if the side is striked out, one lucky section will get Taco Bell coupons for a Tuesday game. Reverse off the Amarillo Sod Poodles on that Taco Tuesday. And that is strike 3 called. He's going to strike out the side. And that will do 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th. And we are deadlocked at 2. We are back for more right after this from our commercial messages. And we'll be back with Missions Baseball for the bottom of the 6th.
Now pitching for Corpus Christi, number 90.
Now pitching for Corpus Christi is Ronel Blanco. And so far, I will pull up his stats.
The right fielder, Tirso.
And now bring in the right fielder, Tirso Ornelas. And that's going to be a two-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-1. Tommy DeJunius and Kit Sheets are warming up in the Hooks bullpen. And the count now is 0-2. Oh, and 2. Right there, and that's going to be lifted high. And he's going to get that pass to the pitcher right there for the out. And that's going to be the first one here in this one. Oh, my goodness, he's going to get that one. High fives for the Corpus Christi pitcher. That will bring in Jason Vila. Vila coming in, and that's going to be a cold strike. And the count now is 0-1. Well, go ahead and see if we could get Ronel Blanco. Stats right there, lifted high, and that's going to be a base hit right to center. And boy, howdy. Going pretty good as the Missions are going to try to break this tie. And pretty good here. So far, a runner is at first and one away here in this one. Now, Fisher Assumption, the designated hitter, in the box now. Looking to get some runs in, and that's going to be lifted high in the air. And the right field chasing after it. And he does indeed. Makes the catch out there, and center field, and does it for the second out of the inning. Now here is the number 7 hitter, Manolo Capua. Capua coming in, sets his sights, the pitch, swing and a miss of the slider, and the count now is 0-1. Capua is 0 for 2. And he's going to foul off that splitter. And the count now is at 0-2. Splitter outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, 1 on. In the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-2 outside, and ouch, that's going to hit the catcher. Oh boy, howdy, I hope he's okay. Boy, get hit in the helmet, and you're going to feel something. That's going to be right back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So the Missions are trying to get something going. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Jackson Whitaker. Whitaker strides to the plate with first and second. And lifted high in the air. Center field racing after it. And that will do for this half inning. So there was 2 left on with a couple of hits and no errors. We go to the top of the 7th, and we are deadlocked at 2. Corey Jokes coming in to start this top half of the stretch inning. 2 for 2, a double, single, and a run. Coming in across the score. First pitch by Leisure. Here it is, and that's going to be a cold strike, and the count now is 0-1. Well, surprisingly, Aaron Leisure, oh boy, I tell you what, this guy, he can strike out the side on 9 pitches. And the count now is 1-1. Ronald Blanco Position is relief pitcher, bats right and throws right. Born on August 31st, 1993. He's from Santiago, the Dominican Republic. Full name is Ronel de Jesus Blanco. High in the air. And that's going to be the out, right to center. And one pitch and high ball, and that would do for the number 5 hitter. And now here is Alex McKenna, 1 for 2, triple, an RBI, and a run. Top half of the stretch inning, as we are deadlocked at 2, the hooks and the missions. And gotta say, the confidence very well dwells in the starter of Aaron Leisure. So far last inning, it gave him the confidence. He struck out the side on 9 pitches. Oh my, right there. That's going to be in there, and that's going to get the base hit. And so far, that score's decision is the base hit. And that's going to bring in Carmen Benedetti. 0 for 2 and looking for a Taco Bell double play. And here is the pitch. That is high outside, and the count now 1 ball and no strikes. Benedetti, so far through this game, has been 2 strikeouts. And so far, the last couple of times, he's been struck out looking.
1-1.
Count now is a 1-1 on the 4-seam fastball. Missions tonight in their home whites. Corpus Christi in their beautiful road grays with dark blue and light blue numbers and numbers.
Ball 2.
And letters, I should
Count
say.
2-1.
Numbers and letters. I mean, there's only two things on a jersey that makes it look pretty good. 2-1 right there, knee high outside. And the count now 3 balls and a strike. Jeremy Pena awaiting on deck for Corpus Christi. Runner at first with 1 away. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and that will get the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2. And that's going to be right there. Right to second. And the error is going to come in, but they get the run out at first. And I wonder how they're going to play this. They look like they were trying to get the double play. And they get him out at first, and he is just not happy. But I bet that saves the error for San Antonio. And now here is Jeremy Pena. Well, I got to say, that was pretty weird. You get a run out at first. You get the runner at second to be safe. So far, now you got the go-ahead run at second base. So Corpus Christi needs a base hit in order to draw in that runner from second. 0-2 delivery right there. And that's going to be a base hit. And the run's coming in, and they won't get them. The run is in to score. Corpus Christi scores their 3rd plated run. And that's going to put a runner out at second. A base hit, a run in, a RBI, and a double with 2 away. High in the air right there. And the right fielder is going to let it drop, and that ball is foul. The count now 0-1. Oh, and 1 to CJ Hinojosa, and that's going to be a cold strike. And the count now 0-2. Here's pitch number 80. Leisure fires, delivers, and that is foul. And the count now is 0-2. 0-2. And there is strike 3 called. And that will do right there. Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th, but first let's give you a run. The Hooks are out in front 3-2. Dre Overstreet 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Strides to the plate for the home half of the 7th inning. So far for this game, it is a low-scoring affair. Corpus Christi is out in front. Right there. That's going to get down. A base hit. And he's going to get in there into scoring position. And now the tying run is out at second. Boy, I say they blistered that ball. And Overstreet is in scoring position. And now that's going to bring in C.J. Abrams. Coming in, ready to go. The pitch, the four-seam fastball. And the count now is 1-0. 1 for 3, a double, and a run. Dre Overstreet out at second base, looking for the base hit. And that's going to be in there. And that's going to be the bags loaded up. They won't test it here. Base hits means something smells good. It is cooking on the grill. And I say, smoked bat, anybody? I gotta say, pretty good. Kit Sheets coming into this game, 5'10", 185 pounds. He is age 25. So far, gonna look up his stats. And that's gonna be a curveball down low, but at a count 0-1. Ruda was a 2-run shot back in the first. And so far, he let that ball fly out there in right field. And gotta say, that right there, pretty phenomenal. He let it fly, and it was gone. So far, let's go ahead and pull up Kit Sheets. Sheets is age 27 for the Houston Astros. He is a left-hander. And we're going to go ahead and give you his stats of where he's from. He is a relief pitcher. He bats left and throws left. Born on May 18th, 1994. From Midlothian, VA. The count is full. The count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Winston Sawyer. And that's going to be foul tipped. Still hanging on at 3-2. Tying run at third. And that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be under. And that's going to tie the run. And ladies and gentlemen, this ball game has been tied again. And that's going to bring in Winston Sawyer, 1 for 3. And that's going to be lifted high. That will go foul. And somebody in the crowd gets that souvenir for free. There's you a baseball. Go put that on your shelf. Make sure you don't get plunked in the head later. I'm just kidding, folks. Don't come in here and beat me silly later. 1 ball, 1 strike. Winston Sawyer. Game tied at 3. High in the air, and oh my goodness. That's going to be the left fielder getting that one for the out. And so far this game, the Missions trying to win this one here this evening. 3 more innings, and here is Tirsho Ornelas. Well, Ornelas is ground out in the 6th inning, and he is 0 for 3. So far, the Missions trying to put the outstanding performance, and that's going to be right there, but that will go foul. Foul out and right, and the count now 0-1. 1 away and 2 on. First and second. And that's going to be lifted high right there. Infield fly rule getting into effect. And there's the second out of the inning. Jason Vila had 3 singles, 3 for 3. Vila wants to make it 4 for 4. Well, I say go ahead and put that one in the dinger if you would. I mean, golly. That would be phenomenal if he did. And four-seam fastball. In the count now, 0-1. Tied at 3 apiece. And that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to be bases loaded once again. Corpus Christi getting in a little trouble.
Now batting, number 58.
So far, the Missions got that chance of a grand slam opportunity. And hopefully that will happen. Fisher Assumption, the DH here tonight. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. Will that get down? No, it won't. The left fielder will get that for the out. But Ben Ruda scores a run on a base hit. We go to the top half of the 8th. And we are deadlocked at 3. Back for more baseball right after this. Top half of the 8th, here is Brian De La Cruz, as he was a 0 for 3, a fly out in the 5th. So far, Aaron Leisure, about 1 more inning of play, and that's going to be a four-seam fastball, and the count now is 0-1. So far, if San Antonio wins this one here tonight, Leisure will be the winning pitcher of record. So far, that is his ultimate goal, is to become the winning pitcher. 12,036 fans here tonight on this Wednesday evening. Don't forget our game tomorrow as part of a doubleheader that will make up Tuesday's rain-out delay. So far, we will make that game up. And that will be tomorrow at 4:05. Gates open at 3. Right there. Right to the hot corner, and they will get them for the out. 1 away. So that right there was pretty good. Now here is the shortstop, Gray Kessinger. Strides to the plate. Also going to have a little shout out. Misty Musty is watching. Hi there. Good evening. Gray Kessinger. Here's the pitch right there. The four-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-1. So far, stay tuned after this game as we will give you your AA Central scores. And pretty much we will go ahead and we'll get you set for that one. The 0-1. Here is the pitch by Leisure. That is knee-high right outside the box, and the count now is 1-1. 87 pitches for Leisure here tonight. So far, the bullpen is being saved. And hopefully a one-man job can definitely be in the works. Not saying it's always possible, but sometimes it is, you know. If the man on the mound has a big, great confidence, then yes, he's got it done to get the job finished. Four-seam fastball. The count now is 2-2. Top half of the eighth, tied with 3. Looking to ready, set, open fires. Aaron Leisure, swing and a miss. And 2 up and 2 down. And that's the 8th strikeout this evening by Aaron Leisure. Now here is Corey Lee. Lee coming in, lifted high, and that's going to drop for the base hit. 2-out single.
The first baseman, number 23, JJ.
And that's going to bring up the first baseman, number 23, JJ Matajevic. Well, time is going to be called here as here comes the manager. And so far, that will do for the starter here tonight. So far, if the bullpen could get the win, Leisure gets the win. And so far, that is going to be good if that does happen. And so far, the first game of the 6-game homestand. Now they'll bring in Evan Miller. Pulling up stats for Evan. Born in LaPorte, Indiana. He was the 22nd round pick of 2016 by the San Diego Padres. JJ Matajevic coming into the box as he takes the count now 1-0. Strikeout in the 6, 0 for 3. Top half of the 8th, tied at 3. Anybody's ball game, yes, it could be. So far, if somebody can get a win or a loss, don't know if that can happen, but it sure can. 1 ball, 1 strike to JJ Matajevic, and that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 1-2. Doubleheader tomorrow, 4:05, our first pitch of the ball game. Gates open at 3, so make sure you guys are here. It's going to be a pretty afternoon. Baseball and these 2 ball clubs, Corpus Christi Hooks and the San Antonio Missions. Looking pretty good, 2-2. Too high, knee high, outside. So the count now is full at 3-2, and on deck is Corey Julks. Julks is on the box, on the on-deck circle. Miller kicks and deals the pitch. And that right there is going to go right to the shortstop for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is a tied ball game. Tommy DeJunius getting the call on the mound for Corpus Christi. And we're going to go ahead and bring up some stats for this guy.
The second baseman, number 25.
And that's going to bring up Manolo Capua as he starts the bottom of the 8th inning.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tommy DeJunius, born in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ball, that's out.
He was the 26th round pick of 2017 by the Cleveland Indians. Right there to third, right to first, and they'll get him out for the out, 1 away.
Now batting, the first baseman. Jackson.
First baseman is Jackson Whitaker. He is 0 for 3, a fly out in the 6th.
1-0.
And now you got Nolan Riggs and Colin McKee warming up in the Hooks bullpen. 2 righties. DeJunius attended the North Carolina State College. And most likely, DeJunius is from Charlotte, North Carolina. So far as being the 26th round pick of 2017, DeJunius was handpicked to be in there. He was transferred from the Cleveland Indians to the Houston Astros. So far, he's doing pretty good. Right there, that's going to fall for the base hit. And this game is still tied, but we are still looking for that run.
Now batting, shortstop.
Missions look to win and to start up a win streak. And now here is C.J. Abrams. And that's going to be back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit right to center. And now you're going to have first and second. 2 away, bottom of the 8th. That's a good sign right there. And that's going to bring in Ben Ruda, the left fielder. Tonight, 2 for 4. And that's going to be there. And that will do for this half inning. And we go to the top of the 9th, as there was a few base hits and just 2 left. And so we are tied at 3. Corey Jokes, 2 for 3, a double, a single, and a run will start the top half of the 9th inning. So far, San Antonio looks to get it into the bottom of the 9th inning without any delay. And let's just hope that they can. And now they'll bring in Alex McKenna. Double play possibility. McKenna triple and single and an RBI, 2 for 3. Sacrifice bunt, ready to go, and he will. And that's going to be right there. And he's going, oh my goodness, he's going to overpass to the pitcher. And now that's going to be first and second. The bunt attempt works. And yeah, that was, wow. That was, how you say that big word, crazy. Crazy all shapes and sizes. Well, I guess crazy has a 5-lettered word to it, but yeah, pretty funny. Jeremy Pena coming in, a 1 for 2, a single, and 2 RBIs. And now he's being called sacrifice bunt, and That bunt's going to put him a strike, and the count now is 0-1. First and second with one away. Missions look to get it. Bunt attempt right there. And they'll get one. And they won't get the runner that goes to first. A double play. But evidently the force out at second becomes the second out. And now here is CJ Hinojosa as he takes a four-seam fastball. And the count is 0-1. Corners loaded up, first and third, top of the ninth. A 3-all ball game. So far, so good. One more strike. And Evan Miller will get out unscathed. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Get him down. And that will end this half inning. Another look at this strike right there. And they will get out of the inning unscathed. As that will be the side retired. Winston Sawyer, 1-for-4, single in the third. Coming up, and he is the winning run to step foot in the box. Four-seam fastball. The count now is a ball and no strikes. Willie Collado and Colin McKee, two right-handers warming up for Corpus Christi. So far, just need only one run. And that will be a run in. And the Missions look to get that run. 2-0. And that's going to be right there. And that will go to the right fielder for the out. And there is one away. And that brings in the right fielder, Tirso Ornales. He popped out in the seventh, 0-for-4. The pitch, right there, high fly ball. And the center fielder racing, and he's right to the warning track. Put your back to the wall. And there is two away in that one.
The third baseman, number 8,
Jason Vila, 4-for-4 with 4 singles. So far, I bet he could get a 5-for-5. That'd be pretty insane. Swing and a miss on the slider. And the count now is 0-1. Well, if they don't get this one, which they probably won't, this ball game goes to extra innings. And indeed it will, as that will be the final out of this 9th inning. Extra innings come into place. We go to the top half of the 10th, tied with 3. The extra innings rule is in place, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Brian De La Cruz. He's 0-for-4. So far, Evan Miller trying to get out unscathed. Four-seam fastball. The count now is 0-1. Well, San Antonio does not go down quietly without a fight, let me say. High fly ball right there. Foul ball right off the wall. And the count now 0-2. Extra innings. 3-3 are scored. Top of the 10th. De La Cruz right there. And that's going to be a strikeout. And there is one away. Miller, second strikeout in this one. The shortstop, Gray Kessinger, comes in 0-for-4, a strikeout in the 8th inning. Striding to the plate. And he's looking to sacrifice bunt here. And yes, he will. He will sacrifice. And they'll get him. And the bunt is snuffed out, 2 away. And that means the Missions will have the bottom of the 10th And now here is Corey Lee. Lee coming in, ready to go. The pitch, high fly ball. And that's a big mistake for Lee. And that will be 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 10th. And 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Tied at 3.
Your attention, please.
Colin McKee coming out as he's set to pitch. 6'3" and 225 pounds. He's age 25.
Leading off for the mission, the designated hitter, number 58.
Going to go ahead and look up his stats. Colin McKee, born in Butler, Pennsylvania. First draft, he was the 18th draft pick of 2016 by the Houston Astros. College was Mercyhurst, Pennsylvania. Willie Collado coming in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fisher Assumption, runner at second. Winning run at second. And that's going to be right there. Right to third, right to first. Get them down, 1 away. And now here is Manolo Capua, 1 for 4, a single in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. 4-seam fastball at the knees, called for the strike. The count now 0-1. McKee was born on June 21st, 1994 in Butler, Pennsylvania. 18th draft pick of the Houston Astros back in 2016. And attended Mercyhurst College. 0-2. Lifted high, right there. Pitcher has it, takes it out for himself. 2 up and 2 down. Now Jackson Whitaker, first baseman coming in. Flied out in the 8th inning, 0 for 4. And about ready to go. Pitch and deals ready. Right there, swing and a miss, a slider, and the count now 0-1. We are in extra innings. Bottom of the 10th, the runner is still at second. Has it moved, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. The 4-seam fastball gets him chasing. And I say he's jumpy out of his shoes. I say yes, he is. I bet his socks come off too. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. And they're going to run him home. Oh my goodness, there it is. The winning run comes. And they walk it off. And holy mackerel, that was great right there. What a ball game. Yes, it will. Everybody celebrates. And that's what you need. A walk-off run here in the bottom of the 10th, and it was great. Well, about to interview one guy, and most likely this game will end at a 4-3 final. The Missions put in 15 hits on their road to victory, and so far Aaron Leisure will be the winning pitcher of record, and that will do for this game here tonight for everybody. Hope everybody has a great and awesome evening. I am JBakerVlogs here, and courtesy for the San Antonio Missions, as we are underway of a 12-game homestand. against Corpus Christi and Amarillo. And pretty much everything is all good. Final score 4-3 as the Missions walk-off win in the bottom of the 10th.
First for the victorious Missions, 4 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base. For the Hooks, 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Well, I gotta say, this ball game was fun, and it was having a lot of hearts racing. Well, I stand corrected. Ben Ruda will be the player of the game. 2 for 5, home run and 3 RBIs. Evan Miller will be the winner on the mound for San Antonio. And the loss will go to Corpus Christi, Colin McKee. Well, let's go over runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 4 runs on 15 hits and no errors. For Corpus Christi, 3 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Well, before we go, let's go ahead and get ready. Tonight, the final line scores here in the AA Central comes in. So far, the Frisco Rough Riders get beat by the Rockhounds. Final score is 9-8. So they will end a winning streak. San Antonio is now 27-22. Corpus Christi 22-27. Midland will win their 25th. And we got to check Amarillo and Wichita. So far, the Wichita Wind Surge will win by the final score of 8-1. So Wichita will get the 29th win. And Amarillo will be 22-28. So Tulsa will see here what Tulsa is. Well, they got shut out by Arkansas. Final score was 7-0. So Tulsa will be 28-21. Arkansas will be 25-24. Northwest Arkansas and Springfield had a doubleheader. So far, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals will win both games of that doubleheader. Game 1 was 5-2, and Game 2 was 5-4. So I gotta say, that right there, Northwest Arkansas 25, and Springfield 16-34. Well, for all of us here, this was a great night. Don't forget that our doubleheader is tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Gates open at 3. Both contest games will be 7 innings apiece with 30 minutes in between. Series continues on Friday night. We have Friday and Saturday night games at 7 o'clock. And Sunday night as well. So, pretty much, it's all good. Missions are off on Monday. And then they will pick up another 6-game set as we verse off the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles for another 6-game homestand. Well, for all of us, final score 4-3. A walk-off win for San Antonio, as that will do for this one here tonight. For everybody, I'm JBakerVlogs here, and we will see you later. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you later. Have a good night.